Thank you for tuning in. This is the Rice Crypto Show, and I'm your host, Rice. And on today's episode, my guest is Kyle Kemper. He is the CEO and founder of Swiss Key. He's also an author and has some really cool, interesting facts that surround him. Now, before we get into it, I got to give a really quick shout out to my sponsors, Monarch and Presearch. Now, this is your first time ever checking out any of my content. I do encourage you to explore my channel. If you already check out my content and you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Make sure you smash that like button, hit the notification bell, and we're just going to go ahead and get right into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, today's guest on the Rice Crypto Show is my friend Kyle Kemper. He is a Bitcoin crypto enthusiast. He is an author. He is the founder and CEO of Swiss Key. Fun fact, this is Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada's brother. Yeah, it's his brother. Kyle, man, appreciate you coming on the show, man. How you doing today?
Great to be here, Rice. I'm doing excellent, thanks.
Yeah, man, I really appreciate your time, man. We finally got a chance to meet in Miami in real life, and that was really great, man. I'm sorry we didn't get to spend as much time because I had to leave. But we did get to go to that Bitcoin mansion party, which was really cool. And you brought your wife and your baby, which I thought was awesome. So for people who,
that was what a great party that was too. It was just a little collision factory, and and what they've done with that Bitcoin mansion in Miami is incredible.
Oh, it totally is incredible. It was a beautiful place. I'm actually going to be putting out a video this week that's going to have a couple things, and at the end of it, kind of my review from the Miami Blockchain Week, pictures and videos from all the events with me kind of doing like little voiceover. So it was definitely cool. Now, the first question I like to ask people who may be unfamiliar, can you kind of tell people about who you are and how you got involved in cryptocurrency?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Kyle Kemper from Ottawa. I was kind of had my awakening to crypto in 2013. I learned about it in 2010, and there's a whole story to that, but kind of dismissed it. And then 2013, I was working at my family restaurant here in Ottawa, and someone came into the bar and started talking all about Bitcoin. And I just had so many questions, and he had so many answers. And it really was kind of like, one of those light bulb moments when I just decided, you know what, this is something I'm going to take very seriously. And we ended up putting a Bitcoin ATM in the restaurant, and it was the first in Ottawa. And that was, we had a huge kind of media affair to that, and it was wonderful. And then the Senate of Canada actually called me to try and organize a field trip for the senators to come see how it worked, because they were doing a study on cryptocurrency and Bitcoin at the time. And we ended up bringing it to the Senate floor and showing them how it worked. They've been studying it for 7 months, but hadn't actually seen a transaction or really an interface with the technology and just how it works. And one of the things that I've learned over time is that the best way for people to understand Bitcoin and how it works is to actually see it work, and better than that is to do it themselves and engage with it themselves. So that was kind of like the kickoff for me. And then after that, I took a job with CA Vertex, and then with CoinSetter, and then with Kraken, and with ChangeTip, all the while as well being involved with the Blockchain Association of Canada. I was executive director of that for 5 years, and recently merged that with the Chamber of Digital Commerce. And now we've got full-time resources helping raise the vibration for crypto and blockchain in Canada. It's excellent.
No, it's very excellent, man, and I really appreciate all that you're doing. I appreciate all the efforts that you're putting into this, and being an advocate for blockchain and cryptocurrency, especially on a political element. I mean, there's a role for everybody to play, and I appreciate you playing that role. It's definitely Coin Center. I mean, I'm kind of, when they first came out, I was very supportive of what they're doing. I'm not, and this is not where we're going in the conversation, but so hey, let's talk about Swiss Key. This is a company that you're the founder and CEO of, and this is something that I've been really interested in learning more about. I didn't get a chance to talk to you much about it in Miami, but I know that you've created a wallet system, and this is going to be launching very soon. So can you tell us about how you determined to start Swiss Key and what exactly Swiss Key is?
Yeah, so In order to use cryptocurrency, you need a wallet. This is just like the basic kind of necessity in order to engage in this space. As the world goes digital, we're having digital keys for everything. We need a place to store our digital keys, and those are wallets. I have, in my journey, tested out so many different wallets, and seen the drawbacks of many of them, and I just haven't been like fully happy about it. And I'm taking actions towards building a wallet that the entire world can use, that is simple, that is vertically integrated, that has a very strong brand behind it and a very strong symbol behind it. Like the Swiss cross is, well, it's a white cross, or the inverse is a red cross, and it can be a sign of safety, of privacy, of neutrality, of sensibility. And these are all kind of values that I really believe in and that I'm bringing towards this project. And so from a technical level, I'm working with best-in-class partners. So we've partnered with Tangem to make these Swiss Key cards, which are crypto cards, which I think are some of the most incredible technology on the planet in terms of making crypto usable and adoptable.
Well, real quick, let's pause real quick. Let's talk about the Tangem cards. What makes them unique? Because I know it's the NFC chip technology, but do you want to kind of explain a little bit about, you don't have to demonstrate, but if you want to explain exactly what the purpose of those Tangem cards are.
Well, let me demonstrate too, because it's just like, so you just pull up this Tangem app, you just press scan, and then you tap the card to the phone, and it pulls up the verified balance, the address, a picture of the card, and then the ability to extract. So the key thing about this card is the private key is contained within and cannot be extracted. So it's really what's called a full bearer instrument. So whoever has the card has the key. Right. So it's not protected in any way. If you put $1,000 on this and you lose it and somebody else finds it, they can then take the money off of it. Whoever has the key can sign a transaction off of it. So it's like an incredible solution for gifting, but also because it has NFC, it's going to make payments really seamless as well. So the way that you think about like in your wallet, the amount of cash you might keep in your wallet, consider the card the kind of the same thing. Something that you can like put cash onto it potentially at the beginning of a day, spend it during the day, and then take it off at the end of the night. This is kind of the evolution of the bill, of the banknote, and it's blank. So this one's empty right now, but it can go up to as much as you want on it, and and then it's in this physical state. If there's crypto on it and like the card is destroyed, then the crypto is lost. Right. If you lose it, you lose it. So these are just, it's not meant to be the be all end all solution for your wallet, but I don't think like there is going to ever be just one solution. We're trying to build a big, beautiful, vertically integrated solution, but that's still like, you're still going to need to have your own kind of crypto stack in place.
Yeah. So, okay. So I'm sorry to have interrupted, but I did want to get that NFC Tangem technology totally out of the way. So how are you integrating that with Swiss Key in your wallet?
Yeah, so we're going to be integrating the whole Tangem app right into the Swiss Key wallet. And the Swiss Key wallet itself, the Swiss Key app, we've partnered with Edge. So I love Edge Wallet, and I think it's just one of the best wallets. And I have great respect for Paul Pui and the entire team there. And we're collaborating together to effectively rebrand Edge Wallet, add a couple new screens, and add some additional integrations and functionality to it. So we're going to be integrating the Tangem SDK. So you'll simply be able to go to your Swiss Key wallet and just simply, like when I load up Swiss Key, here's what happens. So this is the home screen. It just has three simple options: scan, request, or wallets. And you'll be able to just go to scan and be able to tap the card, or be able to go to request and enter an amount and tap the card, and I will send the money right from the card into your wallet. That's the vision. That's the idea. It's just really, really simple use cases, really like seamless experience for crypto. Because if I know from my experience in payments, the only way that people are going to start actually adopting something is if the experience is truly special. And to date, the way that crypto has worked, especially with seed mnemonics of writing down 12 and 24 words, like that is a major point of friction. And what I like about the Edge Wallet platform is that we use just a username and password. And the whole world is generally familiar with a username and password. The difference, and we clearly state this, is that there is no "I forgot my password" button. So we don't keep a record of everybody's password. It is not a centralized solution. We do not know who you are. We do not know how much funds you have. We do not have access to your wallet. We're simply creating this self-sovereign personal key and vault, and the ability to create routing numbers so that you can have the same power of a Swiss bank in your pocket.
That's very cool, man. Very cool. Excuse me. So looking at the website, I see that you're going to have multi-asset support, exchange between assets, in-app buying, selling, and you're offering more. So you partnered with Edge Wallet and with Tangem, and you're creating Swiss Key. So when do you plan on launching this thing?
So we're actually pushing it up to the Google Play Store right now into beta. So that should be live very soon. And then the same with the Apple Store, just waiting to get it listed there and get it approved. And then, I just want to get this thing on the market because we're planning on going on tour this year. Brittany, Sequoia, myself, and any other kind of people who want to join the tour are all welcome to come. And we're going to hold little activations at different crypto conferences and generate awareness and just have a really great time, kind of walking the walk and showing people, what's possible with crypto. Not just focusing on the crypto community either. I think we've got a lot of friends within this ecosystem, and there's a lot of work to do around generating awareness and partnerships. But really, it's about taking this to the other circles. So, looking at festivals, looking at music and movie and film festivals, and other kind of industries, and going and exposing this technology and seeking partnerships and and opportunities to tell stories and storytell crypto and showcase just how simple this technology really is and that it works. This isn't something that we're working towards some future state. Like, crypto works. It works today. It's incredible.
That is awesome, dude. A question that I have, since I'm kind of learning about this, when it does launch, will you be able to use any NFC related card, any Tangem card, or does it have to specifically be the Swiss Key card?
Yeah, any Tangem card will work.
Okay.
But we're not. For initial launch, we won't have the SDK integrated. Right now, you just need to use the Tangem app. But we're going to be going to F Denver, and we might work on hacking together a Swiss Key reader app.
Okay, that's very cool. Now, how can people actually get the physical card versus downloading the application when it goes beta?
Right. So you can just go to swisskeycard.com right now and order and purchase cards, and we're mailing them out directly. And so you can acquire those. If you're going to be in East Denver, please come up. We'll have a whole bunch of Etherium cards. We're looking to give some away to some teams who are interested in the technology and building on it. There's still a lot of untapped potential with Ethereum and with these cards. So we're looking at potentially thinking about some bounties that we could put into play. And just working with bidlers as they call them.
Yeah, I do like that term, the BUIDL, sort of like the HODL. Yeah, I do. And I'm going to have links down below for everything we're talking about, so people can just check the video description and go directly to the Swiss Key website, the place where you can buy the cards and everything that we're mentioning. Also, Kyle's social media links as well, like on Twitter and Facebook. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to checking that out. Keep me in the loop when you're doing the beta testing so I can, check it out and start helping out and doing some testing with it, because I am a fan of Edge as well. Monarch is a sponsor of my channel, but I'm not a maximalist in any way, whether it's a wallet or whether it's a cryptocurrency. I think that technologies are always going to evolve, and whatever is going to create the best and easiest solution for mass adoption is, I'll be supportive of. And I use multiple wallets. I use Edge, I use Monarch, and I'm going to start using Swiss Key. So I am going to start dwindling it down, though, because I have so many wallets that just have very minimal accounts. I like the idea of, and I haven't read your book, and I apologize, but I do want to talk about your book, and I do want to put it on my to-do list. But you're an author and you wrote this book called Unified Wallet, Unlocking the Digital Golden Age. And it kind of is good segue because from what I understand, one of the things that you're talking about in the wallet is kind of like or in the book is like what you're trying to do in a sense with Swiss Key ultimately is create this one wallet solution, this multi-coin unified wallet. You want to talk about your book and what your and the concept behind that, and did that help birth Swiss Key?
So yes, the book absolutely helped birth Swiss Key. The book came at a time when, I had spent so much time talking about wallets and the future of wallets and developing like game plans for how can we like pull off this massive kind of project of bringing together so many disparate parties towards trying to build an open kind of universal unified wallet. And I thought just, the first step, I was approached by a friend who said, you should write a book and I can help you. And I was like, okay, let's do this. So I took his help and we created the book. And it's kind of a prophetic vision about what is possible when we have all of our keys in a self-sovereign function where we're like non-custodial, where we're in full control. And it goes beyond just money. I think, what Bitcoin and crypto wallets have done is given us a place to store cash, digital cash. Mm-hmm. And once you've proven that you can securely store digital cash, you can start storing all sorts of other assets, including identity, including loyalty, including driver's licenses, insurance, contracts, health records. It goes on and on and on. The entire blockchain revolution is promising to help bring value to all these industries. And I just see at the core of it, there's going to be a need for you to have a key somewhere and for that key to be able to interoperate with other solutions. So being able to store that key and then creating a platform that allows for developers and service providers to integrate to that, to call upon that key and request permission to access that key and maybe some of your other keys, so that you might be asked to spend some money, but there might also be a loyalty associated to it, so you only want that number. And there might be an identity requirement as well, so you can provide an identity proof without necessarily providing like the private keys to your identity, which is the way that the current KYC, AML landscape, compliance landscape works. So at the core, it's about creating that that key and vault for your personal money, your digital assets, your identity, and your data. And Swiss Key, and like after talking with many different people, it seemed like Edge already, because of its multi-asset capabilities, like there's 25 plus like core blockchains on it already, plus all ERC20 tokens. It's an amazing foundation. From there, we can start building out and working with Edge towards creating that as a really, really strong kind of platform. And then with the cards as well, now we've got like a physical, like tangible, familiar, convenient function, and utilizing the brand as like, an umbrella, and looking for other partners as well. Like, I'd like to start a discussion with one of those seed companies that does like the crypto steel, mm-hmm. like, of adding potentially like a Swiss Key seed storage, like looking at other brands or products and kind of folding it in to create a really comprehensive, streamlined offering that allows people to come into crypto. And with Edge already, it utilizes Changely, Change Now, Shapeshift, Fast, Toddle, Wirex, MoonPay, BitRefill, and there's even more partners. So there's already like a whole bunch of different partners involved in it. And it's just about, create, like I really believe in this concept of radical inclusion and collaboration, and developing products and software that further that. Because as soon as you put walls up and you say, we're only doing this, you alienate a portion of the market. And by being truly open and including everybody and allowing everybody to build and be part of it and create it, that's how you can really achieve a critical momentum and movement momentum, and build an exponential organization, which is what we're trying to do, which is what we're doing.
That is what's up, dude. That's awesome. And yeah, that was, what you said was well said, man. I could not have said that any better. I like the concepts. I like the ideas. I think collaboration is key. I think that's going to be really key, and especially moving forward, but especially here in 2020. There's too much division, and there's too many people too many organizations, too many projects, platforms that are doing something similar that should be working together. It's very unfortunate that these people don't pull their minds and their resources, their funds. I could see there's so many different people trying to work on decentralized internets. There's so many different people trying to work on identity. I'd like to see more collaboration amongst these projects because, the competition is a good thing, but I think partnering up and using those resources together would be immense. And having somebody like yourself, having people like Edge trying to bring these, and Monarch, everybody trying to bring these things together in one central place to try to make it easy for people to use. I think it's great, man. I definitely
Amen.
love it.
It's like co-opetition, and any energy that's spent like fighting against another, crypto, good crypto project right now is a waste of energy. That's energy that could be spent bringing in, attracting new people and driving more adoption, being creative and creating value, as opposed to like trying to all from the same small pot. Let's make this pot bigger, because we know that the true size of this market is the entire world. Everybody's going to be on digital wallets with, at some future state. It's just a matter of how do we get there and how long will it take us to get there. I truly believe that if we're clever and we work together and we are honorable and create value and exponential value, that we'll reach that point. And we'll reach that point sooner than we think.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. And after hearing you talk, this makes me really, really want to read this book. I mean, it's been something on my list, but I definitely want to check it out. I mean, you make a lot of sense with the things you say, and I like to be able to educate myself. So I'm going to get it and I'm going to read it. And I was supposed to interview you when you put the book out, and I feel so bad, but we're here. We're here now. And,
yeah.
I really like what you got going on with Swiss Key, and I definitely want to be kept in the loop. Is there anything else regarding Swiss Key or anything that you're currently doing that you want to talk about that we didn't mention? I apologize. I live right next to a hospital, so sometimes I get sirens.
Yeah, it's all good. I've really enjoyed talking about this, and I'm always happy to talk about this. But as well, I'd like to just share some real gratitude for all the different parties that have come together towards helping me in my journey getting here, from the Senate of Canada to to Edge, to Tangem, to the great folks to Nick Sullivan and Victoria Van Eyck from ChangeTip from back in the day. That was an amazing service, and really looking forward to hopefully it's someone kind of steps up and takes on that market. We saw Bottle Pay went down, which was unfortunate. But there's I'm an advisor to Coinberry in Canada as well. I really believe in what they're doing. They're trying to be like a Coinbase for Canada. So anyone in Canada who's looking to be able to easily buy and sell, they're one of the on-ramp, off-ramps. They're what I call the crypto banks. So there's so much opportunity right now, and if anybody's looking at the Canadian market, I highly encourage connecting with Tanya Woods and the Digital Chamber of Commerce Canada, because we're in Ottawa and we're working with the government, and we're working with different agencies and ministries towards making the blockchain agenda front and center, and expressing the fact that there's a window of opportunity to rethink the way that systems run. We are in the age of electricity. We don't need to be thinking about wax and wicks and candle holders. We need sockets. We need new infrastructure that's built to take advantage of this amazing new technology. And so there's all sorts of opportunities, and and if you're in this industry and building, I highly recommend reaching out to that group. Express gratitude to Nick Spano and Coin Center and Coin Center Miami in New York City. They had a great hackathon this past weekend after the North American Bitcoin Conference. We also made a piece of art with...
Yeah, I was going to say, tell me about that artwork. That was really cool.
Yeah, we made a piece of art with Sergey Gordienko at dowhatyoulove.artist on Instagram. And we put 44 Bitcoin Swiss Key cards inside the artwork, kind of all over the place. And then it's got a big do what you love message. And it's got like, this kind of, style of, I don't even know what you call it, like abstract or like, paint splashing that Sergey did that made it like really pop. And it's an interactive piece of art. So people can go up and use their phone and just tap it. And like, simply just go out there, just go, ooh, go new scan, like tap, and then tap and check for values. And when they find values, they can take it off. So it's like, what the intent with that piece, with that hack was to just create something fun that teaches people this new behavior of scan and tapping cards. Because that's something that hasn't really happened. We know the cards and tapping them with the machines and tapping them with point of sales, but the scanning of the card hasn't really happened yet. And then connecting the dots that this card is cash and you can put little bits of value on it. And then also like, and then part of this is also real education in crypto, because we have all the addresses for all the cards that are in the painting. So we can airdrop money into it at any point. And we're right now working towards finding a museum or a high traffic gallery to have this piece of art in and encourage people to tap it and touch it and interact with it. Because I just think that this is, another one of these like activation portals. And we can also know that there's Bitcoin, and we can like, commit to them that we can drop little bits. We can airdrop crypto onto it. And, honestly, the whole world could airdrop crypto onto it, if they wanted to. So that's
very cool, man. I didn't know that part of it. As far as trying to put it into like a major place that holds artwork, like a museum. I think that's a great idea. And the fact you can airdrop, dude, that's wicked, man. What I'll do is I'll get you to send me some pictures so I can add it to the video and throw some B-roll footage up so everybody can check out what we're talking about. And, kind of speaking of the artwork stuff, I was planning on doing an interview with him and a few other different artists that I met in Miami. And I'm going to be I was thinking about doing like maybe 3 small interviews with different ones and compiling them together in one big interview or one big video. This coming Monday, I'm going to be interviewing Vesa as well. Did you get a chance you got a chance to meet Vesa, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Vesa's awesome.
Yeah, Vesa's good people.
Love Vesa. Yeah,
I love the artists that are representing the crypto blockchain element. I think it's really cool.
I think you should do an episode with each of them. They're all incredible, and like the artists and the creative community are going to be a major bridge for bringing in swaths of new people. Like when we took that piece of art down to Wynwood afterwards, after it was ready to go show it to my friend Peter Tunney, and we just had this piece of art around, and my goodness, like the number of people coming up, taking photos, getting photos with the artist, and then interacting with it. Once they started interacting, like the joy that was pumping through them, like the vibration that was going off in them when they were interacting was awesome. So yeah, it was like really, really stoked to see that. And I just know that like that can continue. So part of our tour is to do more creative exhibitions and artistic creations where we're integrating this technology. And by doing in that form, we learned a lot about what is possible. Like, there's opportunities to do games. One thing I want to do, and maybe we might do this for Denver, is create a piece of art that's like a roll that I can unroll that might be like 20 feet long and has all the cards like spaced out. And then randomly put crypto onto one of the cards and then have like a race of people to go try and find them. Just to create something create a game out of it. We had Ken at the Crypto Castle party, thinking about, what kind of games can we play with this? Having it on as the board and being able to scan, you could do a memory game. You can do a kind of quasi gambling game where if you scan and you find it, you can take it, but if there's nothing, you got to put onto it.
Very cool.
It was really cool.
Speaking of Bozak, fun facts, you're the guy that kind of activated and woke up Ken as we know it. The Ken that wears the pajama pants, the scarves, the fanny packs. I think that's really cool, and a lot of people don't realize that what an effect that you've had on Ken, and I appreciate it because I knew Ken before and after, and I definitely love Ken a lot, man. So I appreciate you activating that dude.
I love Ken so much. I think Ken is such a beautiful soul, and he's just so honest and so pure, and he really just, his heart is completely in this for all the right reasons, and he's just honest, and he's like, and he's done a good service too in calling out a lot of the bullshit, which
Yeah.
we need people to do that, like, and just creating that dialogue, but without like too much kind of hate. But he's also funny as hell, and oh man, I just love Ken. Yeah, and that was it. I met him at DogeCon, and like, I was manning the DDP booth, and like, I don't know, cutting up all these pre-search T-shirts that we had, and just making really fun stuff. And yeah, we got Ken really fired up, and we had one heck of a decentralized dance party that night.
And see, that's what's cool about you too. I mean, so like listening to you talk in this interview, I mean, you're very well spoken. You're an intelligent dude. You represent yourself and your ideas very well, but you like to have fun too. These decentralized dance parties, hanging out with Ken Bozak, just enjoying life. I really respect that. Just kind of, I try to keep it real, and I can relate to others that do it as well. So I appreciate you keeping it real and just being who you are, being Kyle Kemper. It's great. It's totally great. Dude, I think that was really good. I think that was some good stuff. Was before we wrap things up, and I do want to bring you back on to talk about the progress of Swiss Key, but before we wrap things up, is there anything that we didn't cover, any closing thoughts you want to leave things with?
Well, I did have an experience at the border as I came into Canada where I feel like I just got singled out because I was different. And when I went into the back, I was basically forced to show them all of my stuff. Like I carry a lot of stuff on my with I'm traveling, but I had like so many different Bitcoin wallets and like physical Bitcoin tokens. I didn't have much Bitcoin. I didn't really have any Bitcoin on me, but my goodness, like, the law enforcement, like they're looking for, they were asking about Trezors, about like hardware wallets. They're wondering if I had just seed phrases on my computers. I will say that there was also like some good vulnerability from them too. And like, real interest in the technology. And I think there's some work to be done around like privacy in those circumstances. Like what happens if you do have like, a Trezor that has a lot of money? Like, can you travel across the border with it? I say yes, you can. Absolutely. It's like traveling with a banking, like a bank card that has lots of money on it. That was a really kind of, it was an interesting experience. It was kind of a scary experience as well. I mean, I don't have anything to kind of be afraid of, but
that would be Canadian. That would be the Canadian people on that side when you're going through.
Yeah, it was like the equivalent of like, TSA or
they
like
they knew who you were, and they still did that.
Yeah, they knew who I was. They asked about some like random names from way back in the past. I was like, damn, really? Like, I have no idea what that scammer's up to anymore. But like, we parted ways a long time ago, and like, I did my service to protect. But that also, like, they had the RCMP too, which is like, the equivalent, I guess, of the FBI there, and they had like, they're really technical people, and we had them download the Tangent app, and they were like scanning all the cards and like, testing them, but really understanding this process, because honestly, these cards, like, not right now, they're not going to be a lot of them around, but as we move forward, there's going to be lots of these cards around. This is cash of the future.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, so that was quite the experience. But
I got a couple of those
for another day.
I got a couple of the cards myself, a couple Tantrum cards, and I think Decred makes one that stores Ethereum and like the ERC 721, so you can like do all your collectibles and your NFTs and stuff like that, and your crypto kitties, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of Ethereum cards, but right now, like as in the current like technical setup, you can only just scan the Ethereum card. It just shows you like the Ether address and balance, but there's no reason that you can't be scanning for ERC20s or 721s. So there's bounties, and there's a gap. There's an opportunity to collaborate on that. So if anybody wants to wants to be a champion on that, like, hit me up.
Awesome, dude. Well, I appreciate your time. Hold on for 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. But real quick, you do have a YouTube channel, right?
Yeah. So we got Swiss Key. I think it's just Swiss Key.
Is it Swiss Key? Okay, I'll find it.
Or Swiss Key app or Swiss Key Tour. Yeah, we got Swiss Key app on Twitter. I'm Kyle Kemper on Twitter. Kyle JJ Kemper on Instagram. On Facebook, LinkedIn. Kyle Kemper. Hit me up. I'm all around. link.bar/Kemper. You can book a meeting there. You can, see some of my other profiles, get a link to the book. I've also got link.bar/Swiss Key. That's, if you scan this, they got these big stickers and car magnets that if you scan, it just takes you to this general landing page. Okay. So, where we have some videos about the project. We also have links to the iOS beta and the Android beta too. So you can get on right there.
Very cool. Cool. Well, I'll definitely include links down below, and I appreciate your time, and we'll bring you back on, man. So,
Rice, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much.
It's all good, dude. It's all love, man. It's all love.
All love.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is your first time ever checking out any of my content. I do encourage you to explore my channel. If you like what I'm doing, you could support me by subscribing, hitting that like button, commenting, and sharing. And as always, I encourage you to be the change by practicing change. And I love you all. Thank you for watching all the way to the very end of the video. Got to give a shout out to this month's Rise Crypto Show sponsors, Monarch, Presearch, and Hodl Brand. Make sure you're checking out my brand new Patreon channel that I'm just now launching so you can get some exclusive unfiltered Rise content. I've got a $5 and a $10 tier, and that goes to directly support what I'm doing. This is your first time ever checking out any of my content. I do encourage you, make sure you explore my channel, see what I'm all about. I got all kinds of really cool videos, from interviews to tutorials to reviews and everything in between. So definitely explore my channel. If you already check out my channel and you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? As always, make sure you're smashing that like button throughout the videos. Hit the notification bell to stay tuned for all my upcoming content. And as always, be the change by practicing change, and I love you all.